Hi. So this is our group assignment for TB 1063 Data Communication and Network. So our group member only consists of two people, which is me, Muhammad Harif bin Muhammad Effendi, student ID 22007165, and the other one is Muhammad Aiman Shakir bin Anwar Sazali, which both of us is taking computer science. Alright, so in this group activity for the first section A, capture, the website we use in this activity is http 360.com. The first thing we did was flashing DNS and browser cache the using an URL to help us. Then we open Wireshark to capture packets. So when we capture packets at this stage, we capture all of the traffic from the Ethernet cable. Alright, so we move on to section B. We need to analyze everything in the Wireshark. So how do I filter the irrelevant packets? I use ip.eddr eq, which the first one is my machine IP address, and I also request for for the server IP address, for the website IP address. So then I can filter out all the necessary packets that is relevant for this activity. So this is the screenshot that I already got, and this is where I put the comment to filter the packets. And then this is the relevant RFC document on HTTP. So there's a lot of RFC, which is RFC 2616, RFC 7231, RFC 9110, and so on and so forth. Alright, so that's all for the activity. So we move on to the C section, which is the question. What are the addresses of the client and the server? The address of a client is typically its IP address, which is a unique numerical label assigned to every device connected to a computer network. An IP address can be either IPv4 32 bits or the newest IPv6 128 bit. And it is used to identify a device on the network and to route network traffic to it. And the client address in this case, which is my machine, is 172.16.75.224. And the address of a server is also its IP address, which client use to connect to the server and request its service. In addition to the IP address, server may also be identified by a hostname, which is human readable string that maps to an IP address. The server human readable string is such as the 360.com, which is very easy to remember and to write on the URL. But on this case, the IP address that we use is 104.192.110.232. The second question, what method does your browser use to communicate with the server? So this is the browser that I use, Microsoft Edge, to access this website. The browser and the server communicate using a protocol called the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or we commonly known as HTTP. HTTP is a request response protocol, which means that the browser sends an HTTP request to the server and the server sends a HTTP response back to the browser. This is our typical handshake, which we request and we respond. We request, we acknowledge, and we respond. The request typically includes information such as the URL of the resource being requested, the type of request, and any data that needs to be sent to the server. The response include information such as the status of the request, the type of data being sent, and the data itself. The third question, does your browser work in persistent mode? short answer is yes. And because our typical nowadays browser runs in persistent modes such as Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, so on and so forth. The last question, how many objects can you find on the page that you requested? So our method in finding the objects in our page, in the 360 page, we inspect the elements inside of it, and we use the network tab, and we capture all of the object inside of the website. So here, as you can see, there's 239 requests, which is the objects in this website. Yeah, so that's all from our group. Thanks for watching.